Yesterday, the Ombudsman's PowerPoint presentation indicated that defendant has $82 accounts in the following bank branches: BPI Acropolis Branch 8, BPI Chandangsora 18, BPI Del Monte Quezon City 34, BPI Investment Corp 1, PSB Cainta 8, PSB Katipunan 6, Allied Bank 4, Deutsche Bank 2, Citibank 1. Because of high-tech banking practices today, any information about a bank account will depend upon the system adopted by a particular bank. For example, the bank would follow the customer transaction system or the bank transaction system. Hence, it could be possible that the single sum of money could be represented in a double entry. One entry would be made in the credit column and another entry would be made in the debit column, although both entries could deal with one and the same amount of money. Furthermore, a client could deposit and withdraw the same amount within a single day or within a few days of each other if he engages in dollar trading. A client who maintains a foreign currency deposit is not required to acquire a license for this purpose. However, to engage in dollar trading, 2 or 3 accounts are sufficient. It would be unnecessary to maintain all of 82 accounts. The standard practice in the banking community is to raise the bells and whistles when one client seeks to keep more than 2 or 3 accounts. To allege that the defendant had, for example, 34 accounts in BPI Del Monte taxes the credulity of bankers. Therefore, I humbly propose, if there is no objection from our colleagues, that the Senate President should subpoena the manager of all 9 bank branches that I have just enumerated. The most knowledgeable official about a person's bank account is the branch manager. The branch manager is required by law and by standard banking policy to seek and record details about the client. Mr. President, for your consideration, thank you.
Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, if the other members of the court would like to take that up, we may be able to take it up during the caucus on Monday, the motion of Senator Santiago.
Let's hold in abeyance the consideration of the motion of the lady senator from Iloilo and discuss it in our caucus on Monday, and then we will then act on the motion.
Yes, Mr. President.
What is the status of the hearing now?
Now, we're ready for the continuation of the presentation of evidence by the defense, Mr. President.
No, I think the cross-examination by the prosecution has not been terminated.
Yeah, correct, Mr. President.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yeah.
The witness on the stand is the Honorable Ombudsman, Your Honor. She begged to be excused from continuing with the cross-examination, allegedly of being tired and fatigued, Your Honor. And the chairman of the auditing office of the Republic took her place instead. We objected to such kind of a procedure because we do not know whose witness is this commissioner of the auditing office, Your Honor, and we were sustained by the court. So the agenda for today should go or should proceed with the cross-examination of the Honorable Ombudsman.
That's what I'm leading to, Your Counsel. That is where I'm going. Precisely, I'm asking the prosecution to continue with their cross-examination of the Ombudsman, because yesterday the Ombudsman ended after she made a power presentation, and she wanted the power presentation to be continued by the commissioner of the Commission on Audit, Ms. Heidi Mendoza. But then there was an objection, and properly so, by the defense. And so the chair dismissed the substitute presenter of the power presentation because he was not continuing with the presentation of the PowerPoint presentation, but rather was testifying. And truly, you raised the objection, whose witness is this person on the witness stand? And that's why the chair dismissed her. And so we are at that point where the ombudsman will have to continue her testimony and let the prosecution decide whether they will continue the cross-examination. So we may I now request someone to call the distinguished ombudsman if she's in the court, and bring her to the witness stand for the continuation of her cross-examination by the prosecution.
Mr. President,
Yes?
while we're waiting for the witness, Senator Pimentel was earlier asking if it would be proper for us to strike out the statements made by the auditor or the commissioner because it was irregular, or let it remain in the records. Mr. President. That is the question that was asked by Senator Pimentel.
If Your Honor, please, I was about to make that motion, Your Honor.
Actually, when we dismiss the
Witness. Nothing remains.
What she stated on the
Totally.
record is not testimony in evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you also for
Well,
the
if you want to make a
clarification.
proper motion, then let it be stricken out the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. Considering the fact that the Honorable Commissioner of the General Auditing Office of the country, Your Honor, was on the stand only to continue the alleged cross-examination of the Honorable Ombudsman, Your Honor, and since she is not a witness, neither for the prosecution or the defense, her testimony, Your Honor,
Not for cross-examination, to continue the power presentation.
I was of the impression, Your Honor, that the power presentation was already closed, Your Honor.
No, not yet. The way I understood it was that the Honorable Ombudsman was tired and she wanted someone to take over and continue with the power presentation.
Because the what do you call that? The tarpaulin had
Screen,
already been
screen.
rolled up.
The screen.
But if that is the case, Your Honor, I stand corrected.
Yes.
I have no objection, Your Honor.
But at any rate,
Yes.
so that the record will be clean and clear, may I request any one of you to make the proper motion to strike out
Mr.
every
President.
the statement of the COA Commissioner.
May you recognize Senator Pimentel, Mr. President?
The gentleman from Misamis Oriental.
Thank you, Mr. President. To be fair to the defense side, Your Honor, I move to strike out the testimony of Mrs. Heidi Mendoza, who was irregularly presented yesterday.
Any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
President.
Strike it out from the record.
Thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
President, the court is now ready for the continuation of the cross-examination of the Honorable Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales. She is here.
Wala pa yata. Ito na. Oh.
Madam Ombudsman, will please bear with us. We do not want to overburden you, but you are familiar with our judicial procedures, and we have to continue if the prosecution would want to continue their cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Prosecution,
With your permission, Mr. President.
proceed.
Good afternoon, Madam
Good afternoon.
Ombudsman. Would you want to continue with the power presentation yesterday?
Sure, Your Honor.
PowerPoint presentation yesterday?
Yes, Your Honor.
With your permission, Mr. President.
Yes. Are you going to continue? Are
Yes.
you asking that the power presentation be continued?
Yes,
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor.
Granted.
Thank you.
Yeah. May I invite the attention of the parties and, of course, the senator judges to what appears on the screen. It refers to summary of U.S. inflows of covered transaction from April 14, 2003 to December 22, 2011. The BPI Tandang Sora account number 8104 is $3,513,348.47. The BPI Tandang Sora account number 1842 is $516,130.47. The BPI, also Tandang Sora account number 5939, in the amount of $1,331,501 pesos and $501.43 cents. Then the ABC, or Allied Banking Corporation, Camies account number 2676, the amount of $2,940,850.58, and the subtotal is $8,301,830.95. You add this to the miscellaneous accounts in the amount of $3,853,519.91 to bring a total of $12,155,350.86. We are now on account number 8104 in 2007. Let me explain that the total of $12 million plus a while ago was arrived at by deducting totaling the inflows and totaling the outflows, and it would appear that the outflows would be bigger than the inflows, which means the withdrawals would be bigger than the amount of inflows. We used a conservative analysis where if there are double, triple, or multiple entries of the same amount, we would exclude those from the dollar computation and would include only the last figure in the end of the cycle. For example, there's this mother deposit account A. Then so much or the same amount on the same date is transferred to account B. Then again, on the same date, the same amount is transferred to another account C. Then finally, for the fourth entry, the same amount on the same date, it is transferred to account C or E. So it is only the last figure in the last account where the cycle stops that is included in the computation. And so when we arrived at $12 million plus as transactional balance, we did not include the so many entries that appeared on the same date. And as I said, we only included those figures that ended in the last end of the cycle.
These are not the 12 million plus dollars mentioned for 2006, was it?
For us of December 11, Your Honor.
Yes.
These are transactional balances.
Yeah, these are transactional balance.
Yes.
That is not a
Account
yearly
balances.
and annual ending balance.
No, Your Honor, it comprehended the entire amount of transactions number of transactions from 2003 to December 2011.
But there was no amount recorded regarding the actual balance remaining in the mother account as of the end of December 31st, 2011.
It would be difficult to compute, but we tried also to determine by, let's say, in 2011, the remaining, 2008, yes. In 2008, there was a deposit of 768,733.96. This refers to the BS Bank, Katipunan branch, and it was withdrawn only on December 15, 2012, that yielded, December 15, 2012, and that yielded, 2011 rather, I'm sorry, and that yielded a balance of $769,681.71. That is only with respect to one BS Bank Katipunan account branch number 091910000373. This is just one account.
Is there any record of any balance of this mother account as of the end of November 2011?
December, Your Honor.
Not
November.
the month, the 11th month of the year.
We can presume the same balance, Your Honor, because it moved only in December.
I will put the
2011.
question this in
Yes.
another form. What was the total amount withdrawn in the month of December from the mother account?
December 2011, Your Honor.
Yes.
Yes. $769,681.71. So we presume that in
769,000.
yes, $681.71.
Yes.
So we presume that your question earlier, Your Honor, if what was the amount withdrawn in November
So,
2011?
That was the amount withdrawn in the month of December.
Yes, Your Honor,
So
from
that,
the same account which was opened in October 31, 2008.
All right, please, Counsel.
All right. No coaching.
You may continue, Madam.
Yes, Your Honor. I think we are now in account number 2007. On July 9, 2007, there was a withdrawal from account number 8104 in the amount of $295,665.42. The succeeding month, or in August 907, there was a deposit of $296,728,000. No, 728.99. Now,